Morning folks, welcome to another video, and in this one I'm going to be discussing something which I have found to help me massively in my daily routine. This one is called green tea. Something I'm sure a lot of people have heard about. A few years ago it was all the rage as a supplement for diet pills and things like that. For me personally, it's just a way to get caffeine into my system with none of the negative effects that you normally get from caffeine, especially for someone that suffers from anxiety. So I don't get any of the jitters, I don't get any of the heart racing, I don't get the sweats, which I would normally get if I had something like a cup of coffee or perhaps an energy drink. Now the reason for that, one of the reasons, is first of all it has a third of the level of caffeine that you'd normally find in a coffee, which for me personally is still enough to improve my focus and give me the desired effects from caffeine. The second reason for it being so much better than coffee for someone who suffers with anxiety or stress is it contains an amino acid called L-theanine. According to Wikipedia, theanine, also known as L-glutamide lethylamide, it's a mouthful, and ethyl L-glutamine is an amino acid analogue of the proteinogenic amino acids L-glutamate and L-glutamine, and is found primarily in particular plant and fungal species. And obviously tea is a plant species. It was discovered as a constituent of green tea in 1949 and in 1950, and was isolated from guaiacoru leaves. So there you go. It's it's pretty much synonymous with green tea. It's always been that way, and it certainly works. Let me tell you, I would say that green tea for me personally is now something I'll have twice a day for say 3 to 4 days in a row, and then I'll have a couple of days off just so as not to build a tolerance. Now it is found naturally in green tea, so you've got something in there which will improve your focus with the caffeine, but also then relax you from the symptoms that caffeine can sometimes bring up. So yeah, L-theanine is pretty fantastic. It is sold in supplement form pretty much just for people with mental and physical stress, and it does reduce both. It has been studied for its potential ability to reduce mental and physical stress, again according to Wikipedia, improve cognition and boost mood and cognitive performance in a synergistic manner with caffeine. It says it right there on Wikipedia. This is something which is meant to be taken with caffeine. And I certainly, for me personally, I know for a fact that it does this, because I was recommended green tea to improve my focus with none of the jitters, and as soon as I started drinking I realised, yeah, absolutely, it does. It was only when I came onto Wikipedia, researched the reason behind it, that I realised theanine was the reason. That plus the fact obviously it has less caffeine in than a regular coffee. But yeah, I would say it's absolutely worth taking for anyone who deals with anxiety and depression, because it's something which improves focus at the end of the day. I struggle with focus, especially when I'm having a down day. I'll struggle with focus. Focus is something which I think anyone who suffers with depression at least will realise. It's not easy to stay focused when you feel so down. So green tea is something which brings up the focus, reduces the stress, not to mention the health benefits. It contains things that fight cancer. People that drink green tea, it's been studied, will live a little longer. It's all around a pretty good supplement and a pretty good pretty good drink. It's pretty tasty too. It's got that umami flavour, that you find in mushrooms and things like that. It's quite a well-rounded, earthy flavour. You do have to brew it at a temperature lesser than regular black tea. I think it's 83 degrees centigrade. Brew the bag for a minute, after that it does get a little bit bitter, because I think it burns the tea leaves or something. And I would recommend having it with a bit of lemon juice as well. Lemon juice really improves the flavour of it. So yeah, that's just something that I'd recommend. You can find this L-theanine in black tea. Actually, I think black tea actually contains more L-theanine than green tea, but I just like the idea of what green tea does for your health in general. So hopefully you'll try out some green tea, and it'll improve your stress levels and your anxiety levels, and improve your focus, because caffeine is something which I know I was always a bit gutted about that I couldn't have, because I wanted something which would give me a boost of energy and all that stuff that's natural. Green tea does the job, so I'd recommend a bit of green tea. I take, like I say, 4 days in a row. Do have a couple of days off just to reduce the tolerance levels, so you don't become intolerant to it. Yeah, hopefully that's something that will help you out. I do know people that take L-theanine, by the way. If that's a supplement that you're after, people will take L-theanine with a cup of coffee. So I know people that will have a meal with a coffee and L-theanine supplement at the same time, because you can buy it separately in a capsule. So if that's something you're interested in, if you still want that high level of caffeine, the 1200 milligrams or whatever that comes in a regular cup of coffee, then just take the L-theanine with it as a supplement. People seem to say it works, so why not? But yeah, for me personally, green tea, fantastic addition to my daily routine. I would highly recommend it.